The crowd didn't know it yet. But history was about to be rewritten on a baseball field drenched in lights, pressure, and impossible expectations. No one could feel it coming, not the players, not the managers, not even the millions watching worldwide. But the first ever All-Star swing-off was only minutes away. It started with a strange, almost eerie silence. A silence that doesn't belong in an All-Star game, a silence that feels like something is breaking beneath the surface. Then suddenly, like a switch flipping, the stadium roared back to life. Because the National League, a team haunted by years of heartbreak, stood one swing away from redemption. Yet somehow the American League wasn't ready to hand over the crown, not tonight, not ever. And that's where our story begins, in the chaos, the noise, the fire that only baseball can create. The scoreboard glowed in the distance, tied. Inning after inning had dissolved into a battle of willpower more than talent. Pitchers emptied their souls into every throw. Hitters swung like they were trying to rewire destiny itself. And the fans, they weren't just watching, they were bracing for impact. But then came the moment. The moment that made even the broadcasters go silent. The umpire walked toward the plate with a look no one recognized. Not confusion, not frustration, something else. Announcement. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to a swing-off. The world froze. A what? A swing-off. In the All-Star game. It sounded insane, unreal, like something you'd see in a movie, not Major League Baseball. But this was happening. Live. Right now. 3 players. 3 swings each. History waiting on the other side. The NL dugout leaned forward as if gravity pulled them. The L dugout stood with their arms crossed tight, chests rising with nerves. The camera zoomed in on the first hitter's face. Sweat slid down his jaw. His eyes locked onto the pitcher like he was staring at fate itself. First swing, crack, a missile to left. The crowd erupted, a burst of electricity rippling across the stadium. Second swing, fouled straight back. A gasp spread through the seats. Third swing, a towering shot that seemed to hang in the sky longer than a heartbeat. And when it landed over the wall, the pressure doubled for everyone else. Now it was the L's turn. Their hitter stepped in, jaw clenched, bat trembling ever so slightly. He swung at the first pitch, and missed. The stadium let out a sound that wasn't quite a cheer, wasn't quite a groan, something in between. Second swing, he connected. Not enough. Not deep. Not the answer they needed. The third swing was everything. Everything for him. Everything for the league that carried him. He crushed it, but just a heartbeat too low. The ball died at the warning track, swallowed by the outfielder's glove. The NL dugout exploded. They were now one swing away from victory. One swing away from rewriting the narrative of the entire All-Star era. Their final hitter walked up slow, purposeful, like a man stepping into legend. His batting gloves tightened. His breath steady. Pitch coming. Swing. Contact. A laser shot to center, off the wall. Not enough to end it. But enough to shake every soul in the building. Second pitch. Second swing. This one lifted high, too high, drifting into the night like a prayer losing strength. Now it came down to the final swing. The swing that would be replayed for decades. The swing that kids would mimic in backyards. The swing that could silence a century of doubt. The pitcher stared in. The hitter stared back. 2 giants locked in a moment too perfect to script. The ball flew forward, spinning, hissing like it carried fire. The hitter's hands moved. The bat turned. Time slowed. Into syrup. And then, crack. A sound that didn't echo, it detonated. The ball lifted, rising higher than any ball deserved to rise. Fans stood, breath trapped in their lungs. The outfielder sprinted back. He jumped, reached, stretched his glove toward the sky. But the ball soared beyond him. Into the seats. Into the night. Into history. The National League bench burst like a volcano, players sprinting, screaming, lifting each other, some collapsing in disbelief. After years of frustration, years of coming up short, they won the All-Star game on the most unbelievable rule twist baseball has ever seen. Not on a walk-off. Not on a hit. Not on a play at the plate. But on a swing-off. The first one ever. The one no one saw coming. As the fireworks painted the sky red and gold, one truth echoed through the stadium. Sometimes baseball doesn't just give you a game. Sometimes it gives you a moment that feels bigger than the sport itself. And tonight, that moment belonged to the National League. A night when courage outlasted fear. A night when belief became power. A night when one perfect swing turned pressure into glory. A night baseball will never forget.